Hi, and thank you for viewing my blog. I said yesterday that we would talk about Super Tuesday, and we are going to talk about Super Tuesday. I'm a wonk. I tend to be a little technical about these things. I look at the results, I analyze them, I see what the media is saying, I see what the polls are saying, I see what happened, and I'm going to use a real technical term for what I think is going on, and that would be mess. I happen to know that about a week ago, the Clinton campaign was projecting that she would win 15, 17 states. She didn't do that. Obama clearly had some surge. There were 4 states that are basically ties, which means that there isn't a clear consensus on who the person should be, who the nominee should be, and I don't necessarily see that changing. It could be around the Beltway. The Beltway states are, I believe, the next up. Louisiana next week. And that's going to be interesting. It's going to see how it plays out. We're still seeing a gender divide. We're still seeing a race divide. We're still seeing a youth divide, although Clinton did a lot better with the youth vote in California than she had done in other states. I call it a mess because when you look ahead, you can imagine some scenarios. You can imagine that both candidates continue to split the vote the way that they split the vote. And then you go to the convention and you're going to have an even larger mess. You're going to have possibly no candidate with enough delegates to get the nomination. You could have a floor fight over the seating of Michigan and Florida. You could have basically this great television experience where you watch Democrat beat up on Democrat, and it looks like the party isn't making any real progress. I hope that doesn't happen. You could see a situation where Howard Dean, as chairman of the party, comes in and tries to work with the superdelegates to find a consensus candidate on either Clinton or Obama, and so you could see those superdelegate numbers shift. You could also hopefully see a candidate emerge. You can see this whole thing dragging out through Pennsylvania. There's a lot of unknowns, and what's going to happen is people are going to be out there raising money and raising money and raising money and raising more money to get ads on TV, to get their message out. I still think Clinton is the better candidate. I got a mail message from a friend of mine today who said that she was devastated, that she thought that last night showed that white, straight, middle-class American, or middle American white men aren't going to vote for Clinton. And I don't happen to see that in these results. What I do see is that the states that Obama tended to win and Clinton tended to lose were the states that went for Huckabee and Romney and not McCain. I think that these are the more conservative states, and they probably have a greater divide, and the people there are more frustrated and want to see this need for change. And I'm not a big fan of the need for change, because anybody that's been elected to the Illinois Senate, because everybody knows that Chicago and Illinois politics are the most clean politics in the entire country. No, they aren't. And anybody that gets elected to the U.S. Senate from Illinois really is an insider. He knows how to work the system. They know how to do things and get things done. So he's not a candidate for change, just as Clinton really isn't a candidate for change. It's rhetoric. I believe that Hillary's the best person because I think she has the most experience. I think that she's down to earth. I think she says what she means. I think she's tough. And I think that she has the best chance of winning. What I see on the Obama side and his supporters are very much akin to the Deaniacs in 2004. And I was a Deaniac. It's almost a cult of personality. You believe in the man, you believe in the candidate, and positions, issues, experience doesn't matter. Carolyn Kennedy's editorial really was that. He motivates people. You know, it's this emotional aura that is created. It's not based in a groundswell or of who you think is the best candidate. In Howard Dean's case, I thought he was the best candidate, and I think that he was vindicated in what he's done with the Democratic National Committee. We've seen Clinton able to win large states. We've seen Clinton able to win kind of a microcosm. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hopeful that as some of the other states come up, Ohio, Texas, Virginia, Pennsylvania, that she can accumulate enough delegates. There's a lot of talk about delegate counts. If you include Michigan and Florida, Clinton is halfway there, and she is substantially ahead of Obama. The media is not counting those delegates because they are not seated. So the Democratic Party has created this aura of uncertainty. And there was a letter by a filmmaker who did something on either the 2000 or 2004 election asking Howard Dean to intervene and to say that those delegates will be seated. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think that they view it as premature. But this is kind of a mess created by the Democrats and by the democratic process and by the democratic rules. I think that the hope was that there would be a candidate emerged as a front runner and that the problems would go away and we would all be happy. Instead, everything's just been exacerbated. So we're in for an interesting time. And I think that that's probably all I'm going to say today. We'll see how this continues to play out. Oh, there is an interesting editorial in the New York Times that picks up on Michelle Obama's statement, if Hillary is the nominee, would Michelle vote for her? And she was kind of non-committal and divisive, saying, "Oh, I don't, and, you know, I'd have to think about that. I'm not sure at this point." You don't say things like that in a campaign. I think it shows the level of inexperience that the Obama campaign has, and particularly Michelle Obama. You say that, yes, for unity's sake, we do things. In 2004, when I was on the platform committee, and I may have told the story before, and I was made a speech about withdrawing an amendment to the platform that would have included transgender people. When I ended the speech, I say, and in the name of unity, and on behalf of the transgender delegation, I have been asked to withdraw this amendment. It's always about unity. That's the message you portray. You don't portray something as divisive as what Michelle Obama said. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.